Today's episode is brought to you by Mazars.
SoundCartel.
Retirement has nothing to do with doing nothing. Defining a purpose for what could be around 30 years of retirement is the goal. From SoundCartel, I'm Nicole Goodman, and this is Business Essentials Daily. Perhaps you're planning on retiring. Maybe you have a succession plan. Maybe you don't want to retire. Or maybe you don't think you can. Well, there is a likely road to retirement that doesn't require having millions of dollars and can still offer you a great life. Peter Graham is the founder of Redefining Retirement, and for 40 years he's been a financial planner and a retirement coach. So I start by asking Peter, why does he think retirement needs redefining?
After 50 years as a financial planner, I noticed my clients who were retiring had what I could only say was a very ordinary existence. Some were outstanding, and they're the ones that we want to be, but others had a very ordinary retirement. So I decided to redefine retirement so that an individual could choose what they want to do for the rest of their life. Not what their mother did, not what their father did, or their neighbour, or what the government says, or any books say, or anything else. We should all sit down and say, what is the life that I want to have for the next X years? And your spouse, if you've got one, or partner, should do the same thing. Not together, separately. Then you should merge the ideas and come to a sensible arrangement.
So within that, what are some of the important issues that people need to think about when they consider their retirement?
Well, many people who've been running businesses one day will stop. You don't have to, by the way, but some people will stop doing what they have been doing. And on a Friday, they've been so busy it doesn't matter. On the Monday, they've got nothing to do. And so they lose their purpose. They lose their meaning towards life. They no longer have staff or people doing work for them, and they're just sitting there thinking, hello, what am I going to do? So before they retire, work out what your purpose is in life, what you want to do, what is going to give you meaning so that you literally don't have that fall off the cliff approach that many people have when they lose their purpose. Other things that people need to think about, of course, is health, because we've got to learn to continue to improve our health, not keep our health, but to improve our health. For example, I'm 78 years of age and I still walk 10 kilometres a day.
Oh, wow.
I insist that this is important. Now, why would I do that? Well, it's not just for the walking, but it's particularly good for the brain.
Yeah.
So looking after your brain seems to be a good idea when this fairly high proportion of our society end up with dementia and Alzheimer's. So exercise is a really important thing, getting regular medical checkups and the like. We've got to continue to meet people because our circle of friends is declining. We've got to continue our education. We've got to learn to grow and develop. We should be doing courses. In other words, you don't become stagnant. Now, a lot of people in retirement watch television. Now, that's fine. They can watch television. But one of the questions I ask people that I'm interviewing or at a conference or a meeting, I'll say, you think back over the last 5 years of all the television you've watched, and I want you to tell me what is the one thing that you have learnt that has changed your life for the better. And I've never had an answer because there is no answer. And so we have to look at these habits that we've got and decide whether they're the ones that we want to continue doing, given that they have no reason for their existence other than doing nothing. And retirement's got nothing to do with doing nothing. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
Even if you're doing nothing, you're doing something. Why not make it meaningful?
So for people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, how should they be thinking about retirement? It's obviously a long way away, but what should their frame of reference be in starting to plan?
Well, why stop work is one thing.
Yeah.
You've got to work out whether you want to continue working. As I said, I'm 78 years of age and I'm still working 60 hours a week and absolutely loving it. That is how I redefined my life. And that's what I'm doing. My spouse likes that. My friends like that. I have an extraordinary life. People can do that too. They don't have to keep doing what they were doing. They might decide to go and grow roses or maybe breed bees or something like. I don't care what it is. But if you've got something that's really exciting and something you're passionate about, your retirement will be fantastic. And so the important thing is to think about that early.
Yeah.
You don't suddenly get to 63 and say, oh, I think I'll go and do X. No, it takes a while to develop all the knowledge and the know-how to do these things properly. So planning in advance is really important so you too have a fabulous retirement.
And where does money come into it? We need to consider the finances to support these passions and what could be 20, 30 years. What are your thoughts on the money side of things?
Well, we all need money, but retirement's not about money. So what money do you really need? And you've got to work that out. Budgeting is really important. The big problem with money is not money itself, it's the spending habits of people. And so many retirees say, I need more money, more. No, they don't. Adjust their spending habits and they can live quite comfortably, even on the pension.
So, Peter, for business owners listening who are still perhaps feeling overwhelmed by the thought of retirement planning, what would your advice be?
Well, one of the most important things to do in life is to get advice. And we should always take advice from people who know more than we do, because if we do that, we've got a chance of improving our lives. Now, there are many people in our lives who can help us. They might be a lawyer, an accountant, a financial advisor. It could be a fitness coach. It could be a medical professional. It could be anybody. But to actually consciously go to these people and say, how can you help me have a fantastic retirement? And they'll suddenly sort your life out. And once your life is simplified, you'll find it's a lot easier. So pre-planning is the best thing to do. And get plenty of advice from people who know more than you do. Stop guessing, just take advice.
That was Peter Graham, founder of Redefining Retirement. This episode of Business Essentials Daily is produced by the team at SoundCartel. Thanks for listening. I'm Nicole Goodman. We'll bring you more Be Daily tomorrow. Follow @BE Daily Podcast across social media and head to bedaily.com.au for more from the Business Essentials Daily podcast. SoundCartel. This episode was brought to you by Mazars. To find out more, visit mazars.com.au. That's mazars.com.au.